Hey guys, this is Michelle from Mission Mojo, and this is a really quick video, I promise, just to go into the insights in a Facebook page. We were talking about it a little bit this morning in our catch-up live video on Facebook, and we were basically talking about how you decide when to post things using Buffer. So when do you schedule your posts onto Facebook? And I mentioned Insights, so I thought, I'm not sure if any of you actually have looked in Insights, but it is actually quite powerful and can give you quite a bit of information. So this is the Mission Mojo Facebook page, and I don't really do a lot in here because I hang out in the group mostly, and Facebook pages are notorious for not giving you a lot of traction because unless you're boosting, you're not, Facebook won't show a lot of what you put up. However, when you're doing Facebook advertising, it's always a really good idea to actually have a Facebook page that people can go back to. Plus, it's another place you can still put content and attract people to go somewhere else. And sometimes they will land on your Facebook page. And you can be your Facebook page when you are liking other pages, which can also attract attention for you. Also when you're hanging out in communities. There's a whole other story there. Anyway, most of you probably already have a Facebook page for your business, in which case you should be looking at this link here, which is Insights. Now if I click on it, you'll see lots of dismal statistics, but if I go down here to posts on the side here, you'll notice that this is when your fans are online. So it's not when they're engaging with you necessarily, it's just when they're online. So if you know when they are likely to be online, then obviously that is when you should be doing your posts to Facebook using your Buffer app. So in sending them to your Facebook group and your Facebook page, or your different posts and things like that. So here you can see this is the days of the week, obviously, but as I come along, it highlights down here in this bottom one, which is times, when the times people are more likely to be online. So you can see, for some strange reason, most of my people, this is the average, you see here, the average is 6 a.m. So I've got a bunch of early risers, at least in Australian terms. But if you go along, you can see some days are different. Some days are higher. So what is this? Saturday is actually, if I click on it, I think. Anyway, so Saturday was, sometime here it was 3 p.m. on Saturday. Or maybe, yeah, it was 3 p.m. And again at like 7 p.m. there was a peak, or 8 p.m. there was a peak there as well. So you can see why that is a great way to influence how you decide to, what times you decide to put things up in Buffer, how you decide to use that scheduling. So you can actually be clever about it and actually do it when people are likely to be on Facebook in the first place, and therefore more likely to see any post that you put up. Now, the next one along is actually your post types. Again, that is quite a clever thing to go and look at, because you may not be surprised, but some people are. Video is very, like the reach for video is much, much higher than any other kind of things that you can be putting into Facebook. Now, just to give you a little bit more information, I will move over to the Run for a Wish, which is an event that I have helped set up about 6 years ago to raise money for the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Today, all I really do for them is their web stuff, but originally I was one of the people who set it up. It's actually on this Saturday, which means that there's been a lot of activity on this page. So during the year, you don't get much activity, but leading up to the actual event, you get quite a bit. So they've got 1,200 likes on the page, and if I flick over to their insights, they're going to be a bit more interesting just because they have a lot more activity. So again, you can see their actual times is actually different from mine. So their average is about 8 p.m. So the times that they should be putting out posts to get engagement is about 8 p.m. And maybe 5. And, you know, maybe there's a peak here at 11 a.m. and possibly 7 a.m. And again, I could come along and go, actually on Saturday, they're popping up a bit earlier in the day. And yeah, well, during the week, it's flattening out a bit. Yeah, so you can see that you can go along and get a good idea of when good times to post are for them. And if I pop over to post types, I can see again video is getting a lot more engagement, but because they've got a lot more activity on there, you can see again what other kinds of posts are getting engagement from that particular audience. So you can see it goes videos, links, then just status updates, and then photos. So it's interesting to go and see how your audience reacting to the kind of content you could be putting up, and then you can make decisions on which, what's the best kind of content to be creating for your particular audience as well. So go and have a look. There are obviously loads of other things here and insights that you can glean some information on. Do that and let me know what you think. I'd love to hear it over in the Facebook group. I hope that has helped a little bit. Go make some content, and thanks for watching. Ta-da.